What's up? What's going on, guys? Captain Monk here again. This is episode 7 of my series called Road to Gold. In this series, I take every primary weapon and I use it from level 1 to 31, where I unlock the gold camouflage. But until I reach that goal, I basically just collect weapon clips of different attachments, camos, proficiencies, all that good stuff, so you guys can see them and basically just see how the weapon performs in all different situations, in all different setups. So, I'm not going to talk about those things though. What I'm going to be talking about today is the weapon stats. Now, before I get into the weapon stats, I want to apologize right away, guys, for not posting recently at all. Honestly, I've been wanting to post, I really have, but I'm actually getting kind of a cold. I just noticed that about a day ago or so, so I'm getting a bit of a cold, so I do apologize, guys, for not posting. And honestly, since I got back from my vacation, I've been really motivated to play MW3. I'm really enjoying it at the moment, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all the Christmas noobs, but regardless, let's get into the weapon stats for the UMP. So, let's get the stats on the screen right now. Now, the UMP is unlocked at level 4, as we pretty much all know. It is a full auto submachine gun, and it has 32 rounds in a clip, which is above average being about 30. But considering in Modern Warfare 3 that they all have about 30, like the smallest capacity is the MP5. Everything in this game is above that, but if you put this gun into any other Call of Duty, it'd be average. But or at least above average, but in this game it's just average. So that's that. The damage for this weapon is 49 to 17, which makes it pretty weak at long range. It's a 3 to 6 bullet kill, which means at close range it will kill in 3 bullets and at long range kill in 6. Now if you compare this to Modern Warfare 2 for a quick second here, in Modern Warfare 2 this gun had 40-35 damage. Now if you do the math, doesn't really make a difference. The only difference between the two damages is at close range it'll kill in 2 bullets to the head, and at long it won't. It'll kill in 3 at any part of the body, which is pretty insane because the head has a 1.4 multiplier, making it so, for example, if the UMP has 40 damage, not in this game but in Modern Warfare 2, and it hit the head, you'd multiply that by 1.4. If you were at long range, hit the guy in the head, multiply 35, because that was the damage of the weapon, by 1.4, and it would do that 3 times, and that would kill the guy, not 2. So that was pretty much it. The UMP would kill in 3 bullets at any range, and that was extremely overpowered. And so they've clearly addressed this in this game. They've made the gun and kill at 6 bullets at long range, which clearly fixes the problem. And I really appreciate them doing that to the UMP, because that was just ridiculous in the last game. Now the UMP is the slowest firing submachine gun in Modern Warfare 3. It shoots at 750 rounds per minute, which is the slowest, but still a very good rate of fire. Now if you look at the assault rifles, there's assault rifles that shoot at like 545 rounds per minute. There's ones that shoot at 666. There's slower ones in the assault rifle category. The ACR 6.8 shoots slower. So if you guys are a big fan of the ACR and you think it shoots at a good speed, the UMP shoots faster. So don't discourage the UMP because of that. It's a good gun in that sense. It's got a good rate of fire, just not as good as the others. Now that's pretty much it for the weapon stats. I'm pretty sure we're getting close to the end of the weapon clips here. Yeah, we are. So this is a pretty good clip right here. I mean, you can see here a pretty good setup I was using was the silencer and extended mags, and 2 attachments is a pretty good way to go on this weapon. And you can see here with the silencer, they have no idea I'm coming, and that is just really awesome. So here comes the gameplay here, guys. Now you can pretty much see here what my class is. You can see it on the screen. Now my class was the UMP silenced with kick. Now I'm going to explain my attachment and then I'm going to explain the proficiency. So the attachment I chose was the silencer. Now the reason for that, now if you don't have really the best aim, or you play recklessly, like the rush, it really depends on your play style. But if you're like me and you like to flank and just stay on the edges of the map, a silencer is going to be what you're going to want. But if you don't want to be flanking, you want to go right down the middle and be right in their face, extended mags is pretty good because it bumps up the weapon's capacity to 48 rounds, which is very good. Rapid fire, like I said earlier, is pretty good for the weapon. It bumps up its rate of fire, I think, to 1,000 rounds per minute. I may be wrong, so do not hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And that's very good. 1,000 rounds per minute, that's very good. That's the same rate of fire as the PP90 on its own, so that's pretty good if you want to do that. But I like the silencer. It suits my playstyle. It's what I like to use in this game, at least. I didn't like it in Black Ops, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. So that's that. Now, as far as my proficiency goes, I really wanted to use kick because for some reason, something about the SMGs in this game, I feel like I need kick on them. The only exception being the MP7 because it has virtually no recoil at all. But the PP90, you'll see later on, I've already got a golden gameplay with that gun because I'm really far ahead on these road to golds, guys. It's really fun for me to get these guns golden. There's a lot of motivation behind it, getting the guns golden. It's fun to me. So I've already got the PP90 golden, and you'll notice in that gameplay too, I'm using kick. It's a bit of a spoiler, but hey, who cares? So the reason I like kick is I feel that in this game, if you miss, you're dead. You have to hit your shots. And so kick really allows you to hit those shots. And if you're not a fan of kick, you can use range, because what range will do is it will bump up the weapon's range from, because basically, as far as I'm concerned, now you'll notice I sped this up because I got no kills in this thing and it was stupid. But as far as I'm concerned, the submachine guns, their range is about 20 meters. After 20 meters, basically how it works is the damage on the weapon for the first, if the enemy you're shooting at is within the 20 meters mark, you'll do maximum damage. But as soon as the enemy is beyond 20 meters, it'll drop off to 6 bullet kill for the UMP. That is, it'll drop off to the least damage. So it just drops off like a sheer cliff. So it's at 20 meters. So when you put a suppressor on that, that gets reduced to about 10 meters. But when you add range, it adds a bit more. So on this class, I probably had about 10 meters, and then it would drop off. But with range on it, I would have gotten an extra 5, so it'd be 15 meters of maximum damage instead of 10 or 20 without a suppressor. So putting range on this weapon with like extended mags would give it 30 meters of maximum damage, which is a very good setup. So that's why I wasn't really using range on this, because it isn't really as beneficial. I think that's a word. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Is that a word? Beneficial? I don't know. For some reason I'm having a brain fart and I can't think straight, and I can't think that that's a real word or not. But so yeah, that's a pretty good setup. You want to use range on these submachine guns. It's a very good idea. As far as what's another proficiency I could list off? There's also like focus, I think, but focus is it's kind of like kick in the sense that it allows you to stay on target and get your shots off. Because with kick you get to stay on target more easily because you have less recoil, and with focus you get to stay on target more easily because you're not getting view kicked all over the place. So they're both pretty much the same thing. It really comes down to preference between the two. Personally, I like kick. It's completely up to you though. Now that's pretty much it, because I don't really think you should be using the other things like melee. That's useless. Don't use that. Stability, useless. Don't use it. So don't use those things, guys. That's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me, but that's just what I would suggest. Now, as far as my secondary goes, I'm not gonna say, oh yeah, use the G18s akimbo because they're real great. They're not. They're really nothing special. I was just using them for fun because I didn't really want to use the FMG9s anymore. So that's why they're there. They're basically just like the FMG9s. If you guys do not know, the G18 is just a reskinned version of the FMG9. They're basically the exact same thing, just the FMG9 shoots slightly faster by a tiny little bit, but they're pretty much the same gun. The only difference is the I think it's the capacity. I think that's the only difference between the two, and they look different. Obviously, that's why I said they're reskinned, because they look different. Now here we go to perks. I was using scavenger in this gameplay because I wanted to make sure I didn't run out of ammo. Running out of ammo is never a good thing with the UMP, because, well, if you run out of ammo, you're dead. That's as far as I'm concerned. So if you want to use extended mags, sleight of hand is a good way to go, or any other first year perk like extreme conditioning even. But I don't want to run out of ammo because I want to make this a UMP gameplay, of course. So I kept scavenger on there. It's what I like. If you like sleight of hand because you're a more accurate player than myself, that's good. Now I use hardline in this gameplay because for some reason I didn't really feel like using quick draw. Quick draw is usually what I would roll with, but I was getting frustrated, getting killed one off, so I decided to switch to hardline, and it worked out pretty well in this gameplay. So if you like hardline, go crazy. Hardline's a pretty good setup on this. Another thing I suggest would be quick draw. Quick draw is good as well. What else is good? If you want to use assassin and be a bitch, go be my guest. I don't really care. As long as you're on Xbox. If you're on PS3, no assassin, because I don't really play on Xbox. That's why I'm saying that. But and then on here I got my third tier perk. Now third tier perk was steady aim, and steady aim kind of acts like quick draw in a sense, because when you're using a submachine gun, you're gonna be moving around a lot. You're gonna be sprinting around a lot. So with steady aim pro, you can basically bring up your gun faster after sprint, and that kind of works like a quick draw in the sense, because I can bring up my sights faster. So I kind of use that instead of quick draw. I think that's my reason for it, and it allows me to hip fire with more precision, and that's also very helpful. Now, my kill streaks, I was running high kill streaks because I want to get a lot of kills. That's pretty much all it is. Nothing special there. So, I want to know your guys' thoughts. What do you think is the second worst submachine gun, because it's pretty obvious what is the worst is the PM9. Don't even argue with me and say, no, this one's better, or this one's worse, or whatever. Don't even try it. The PM9 is by far the worst submachine gun in this game. There's no doubt about it. So I want to know what you guys' opinion is on the second worst. I've heard some people say the MP5. I heard some people say the UMP. I've even heard people say the P90. So I don't know. Let me know your opinion on that, guys. I really want to know. That would be a cool thing to know. So in the next episode, guys, I'm going to be featuring the MG36. That's a light machine gun. It's a decent light machine gun, not a great one. It's decent, I guess. But I mean, that's going to be the next episode, and let me know if you guys have any thoughts or opinions on things I can do to the Road to Gold series to make it better, because that's always what I'm looking for, is trying to make the things better. But make sure before you start saying some criticism, make sure it's polite, because if you're saying something really rude, like, you suck shit, nah, 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 I'm just going to remove your message and probably block you, so be courteous of that, I guess. That'd really make me happy and make me feel all fuzzy and warm inside. So I'm going to have some more sub gameplays coming up this week as well, guys, so stay tuned for that, and make sure to check out these sub gameplays, guys, because these sub gameplays I'm posting are people who are smarter than myself, and anyone who's smarter than myself needs all the help they can get, and I know that from personal experience from when I was a small channel. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you learned something today about the UMP45, and I'll see you guys next time on Road to Gold. Peace.